Happy Monday to everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Today is June 13th, and today we're going to go over what's affected mortgage rates for the day and what we can expect for the week ahead. So today, mortgage rates, they started out a little low. They've rallied midday, and then they've come back down. We did get one from most lenders. Most lenders gave out one intraday reprice for the better. So they rates and closing cost credits got a little better as opposed to this morning. Those may get taken back. It's about 1:30 Pacific time, so those may get taken back as the bond markets close and after-hour tradings. It's ended up flat for most of the day, really. But at any rate, our lock advice is still, if you're closing within the next 7 to 10 days, you should be locked on your mortgage. If you're closing in the next 15 to 30 days, you can still be floating for a little extra closing cost money. There are a few things I want you to be aware of that are coming up. The end of quantitative easing number 2, which is happening on we talked about July 12th, was supposed to be June 30th. It looks like some bond investors are getting a little skittish about that. Overall, it's going to be good for the market, for the bond market, but short term, it may lead to some higher rates or some lower closing cost credits. Another thing is on August 2nd, the U.S. government is set to default on its debt. This is big. This is big in the short term because the threat of it and the fact that we don't have an answer yet has the propensity to drive interest rates higher. If it actually happens, both the stock market is going to go down and bond prices are going to skyrocket because people aren't, they're backed by the full faith and credit of the United States Treasury, our Treasury bonds, and if we don't have the ability to pay the interest that we owe on those treasury bonds, which is what happens if we don't raise the debt ceiling. We don't have the ability to raise extra money to pay off our other debt. So pretty much America, a lot of the times, in its most simplistic form, is using its MasterCard to pay its Visa. It's a little more complicated than that, and not as irresponsible as that sounds. But in essence, that's what they're doing. They'll sell treasury bonds to finance the interest that they owe on their other debt, among other things. That's something we won't be able to do if after August 2nd the United States government raises its debt ceiling and then defaults. And look, we got a little visitor here. Say hi, Logan.
Hi.
Come on in.
Hi.
All right, so Logan and me are going to go through what is ahead this week that's going to affect interest rates for you guys. So really, we've got some key data on second quarter industrial production, retail sales, inflation, housing market, jobless numbers, and some consumer sentiment. We've also got some Fed speakers speaking. Today we had Jeffrey Lacker and Richard Fisher speaking from the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond and Dallas, respectively. Tomorrow we've got the Producer Price Index first thing in the morning. That's expected to be a little, it's going to cool after a few months of jumps due to energy prices. Energy prices have come down a little bit, and that's going to allow them to cool. For the rest of the week, really, we've got business inventories on Tuesday, Empire State Manufacturing Survey. That's going to be a big one on Wednesday that we're going to want to watch. Industrial production. And then we've got initial jobless claims and housing starts on Thursday, which are going to be a few things that could move interest rates one way or another. So the big takeaways from today, guys, is that we have the debt ceiling August 2nd that is we're set to reach, and Congress will shut down, government will default, and I don't know what's going to happen. It's all political. They can raise the debt ceiling, but they're kind of at an impasse right now. A very big staring contest with us in the crosshairs. So we'll see what happens. And the other thing is quantitative easing 2 is set to expire July 12th with that extra $62 billion that they had to spend, or that they have to spend. It was originally set to end on June 30th. So that's it for today. Another cool thing that I have that I wanted to pass on to you guys with lowering energy prices, like we talked about, and you guys can see, I'm sure, gas prices getting lower and lower. I don't know how low they will get, but they're coming off that $4 range. Is I don't ever fill my gas tank all the way up anymore. I'll put $20 or $25 in, and then fill up every 4 or 5 days, maybe every 3 days if I'm driving a lot, because the price of gas when I fill up next is going to be either the same or it will go down a little bit. So I don't know if that helps you out at all, but something I was thinking about today. I never fill the gas tank all the way up anymore. For one, I don't think I can afford it, and for two, gas prices are going to be much lower, or not much lower, but gas prices are going down, and so you'll get gas for cheaper next time you fill up. All right, see you here tomorrow.